Good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to the Grand Finals, Race 1 of the Crystalis 2022 Randomizer Tournament. I am Matrick. Alongside me tonight is J-Ro. We're going to kick this one off here in just a minute or so. How's it going tonight, J-Ro?
Going great. Yeah, we had a last-minute substitution I was going to have to track, but Tending had some delays at work, so I'm here to commentate. And I'm super excited for this race.
Guess one should be a lot of fun.
The probably the coolest thing about the racers tonight is it has been a long tournament. You know, we've all put in a ton of effort, and both of these racers have shown consistently that they are just top-notch runners at this game.
Yeah. You know, m4sh4m4 being a newcomer to the tournament, having made it all the way to the Grand Finals is great. It's good to see, you know, new players up and coming and getting things off and running. And we're off. So our first item's there. We got a key to the prison. I did not see the other one.
Right, Tornel's little thing there is just slightly off. There we go. Now we're getting audio.
Yep, got it all fixed up.
So first off the bat, for anyone that's seen this game will know that we're running on the finals flags for this. So that means all of the houses, the entrances, and so like all of the entrances are randomized. So probably the first thing you saw there is they walked into those houses and they did not contain what they normally do.
Absolutely. Yeah, with the WH flag on, the world house flag, that means all houses within towns are going to be shuffled amongst themselves. The castles of the game are going to be shuffled amongst themselves. The lighthouses and other outdoor areas are shuffled amongst themselves. And that means that everything is organized. So the players know what they're looking for when they're looking for a particular thing. They don't know where to look, but they do have an idea of what they're going to find. That's a windmill key. Now, granted, that doesn't mean anything, because if they go check the windmill may not be the windmill. And that eyeball there had some words for m4sh4m4.
It was a great timing on that jump, though. So they, both of them starting off just grabbing their items in the GBC cave. Still no swords, though, so they're going to have to run over and just check to see if vanilla walls are on. So that's their first hint that it's possible vanilla walls are on.
Correct. You know, our starting items here, there's a fairly decent chance that the windmill is going to be in its vanilla location, unless, of course, the GBC exit, the one that's not blocked by anything, is going to lead them somewhere with other progression, but we haven't seen anybody head there yet. Tornel's going to go straight for the windmill here, which, you know, makes sense. A, you get information of whether or not it is the windmill, and B, if it is the correct choice, you've already got your progression going. And it is actually the island house where you normally take the boat. So m4sh4m4 here, meanwhile, has made it to the backside of Cordell Plains. So he's going to be here on the, you know, coming out of the GBC cave. He's going to have the Kaladan spot here with a free item. A few other things. That's a love pendant. That's a trade-in item for later.
Yeah, so Tornel's got that little bit of knowledge. He noticed that, you know, it didn't strictly... Oh, that looks like the windmill, though. So,
indeed.
The windmill, perfect.
Now, humorously here, m4sh4m4's going to walk over and think he's going to see the cave open, but he's not going to see the cave open. Because the cave only opens if you actually see the cutscene from the front side. So he might be a little confused seeing that there. But he knows he's got the front entrance open for sure.
But Tornel's still just doing the same things. The video sync is just a little off, about 5 seconds ahead on m4sh4m4, so Tornel's not near as far behind as he looks, and he really doesn't look far behind to begin with. I did miss it, though. When m4sh4m4 talked to Akahana there, did we see vanilla turn in or not?
It was pretty quick. I didn't catch it. But that's a fragrant plant. That means it is not vanilla turn in, which means all of the turn-ins are going to be shuffled. Guaranteed. m4sh4m4 finding Brokahana in Amazonas. Not a whole lot besides the Oak Elder there in Bryn Mawr, and not much else in Amazonas. So m4sh4m4's going to wisely wild warp back and head up to the Windmill Cave.
Did he attempt statue glitch there? I thought
He did
could
not, but
statue.
it didn't matter. I mean, unless he wanted the information, it really didn't matter because that was a pawn shop. So,
Oh, that's
it
true.
didn't give him any information to do so.
I, my brain's still stuck on this entrance randomizer thing. I just couldn't process that it was a pawn shop, you know?
Yeah. With the runners having flight, they are going to be able to fly over enemies quickly. It does actually make the early game without swords considerably safer than if they had to just kind of run it on the ground. You'll notice Mashama flying over the underside of that bridge because there's notorious enemies that like to hide underneath there. And there was a wyvern there, so flying over it did save him this time.
Yeah, the fun part here about having no sword is like, oh, there's another hint that it might be vanilla walls on this time.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
Yeah, one thing about these... Ooh,
okay.
There's the sword. I jinxed it.
So that was a Medusa that could not be hit with wind, which doesn't tell us a lot because that's normally not the right thing. But, I'm going to pay attention here to what's damageable with a sword. Oh, okay. So that beholder there was damageable by wind. That tells me that elements are shuffled because normally they are not vulnerable to wind at all.
And there's the Carissa plant. We know Akahana was looking for that earlier, but there's a good chance that RO is on. Yeah, Tornel taking down that Mimic and getting poisoned for it. Oh,
yeah,
no.
That's a bit of an oof. Now, the good news is that there's a lot of beholders in here. He can just get himself shot.
Yeah, that's true. Tornel's a very experienced runner. He's going to know that he can try to get stoned, and you can only have one status at a time. Oh, perfect timing.
Now, here's the dangerous thing. If this guy decides to... Yep,
oh!
Let's just like that. It's not a mummy, but it's another flavor of mummy. And mummies are Tornel's bane in this game.
Oh my goodness.
So we got the RO flag on. Orbs not required to break down the walls. We have randomized elements on. We have randomized turn-ins on. The only thing that we don't know yet is for sure whether or not random walls are on.
Yeah, we've got a lot of hints there that says it's not random, but random could always return 4 until the one time it doesn't, so...
Correct. Both our runners have the Sword of Wind. Both of our runners have flight. And our first boss here is the Vampire, which Mashama goes to give a kiss to right off the bat.
Oof, those bats don't want him to win, though. Oh, the teleport!
Oh, man, it teleported directly in his path.
Oh, wow. I thought Tornel's death was scary, but Mashama is all the way out of Windmill Cave. I gotta undo that sword flick now. I'm sorry. You lost your sword, Mashama.
Yikes. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Okay, so now the lead is shifted back. Tornel is now once again in the lead.
Man, I bet Tornel is just regretting that death, but he doesn't even know, man. He doesn't even know.
Yeah, I know he's not happy. I mean, that kind of stuff is, a little bit of it is unavoidable. If you have to make a decision and you're choosing between dying slowly to poison or taking your chances with a, getting stoned. And, yeah, that one didn't pay off this time. Now, the good news is Mashama knows there was only a Carissa plant in the other cave, so he doesn't have to check any of those other chests. It will be a little bit faster for him to catch up. Knowledge is important.
And that was knowledge that Tornel didn't have all of it when he died. So, Telefrag coming in.
Yep. Twice!
Mmm.
It does manage to clear the vampire, though, and his reward is a nice fruit of power. And we're right back where we started. Now, here's the thing. Depending on what Akahana gives us here, when we turn in the Carissa plant, there's a very, very high chance that we're going to see a flight glitch over the top of the water to skip teleport, and then we're going to see another one, and I missed what it was.
Yeah, I was watching Mashama because I thought he was about to get stoned there. But it looks like it's a lamp.
Is that what it was? It was a lamp? Beautiful.
Yeah, he's got a lamp in his inventory.
Once again, not progression. So my best guess here is that, like I said, we're going to be flying over the river here. We're going to skip the teleport trigger on the Cordell Plain side, and then they're going to do the rabbit skip, and then we're going to have to go and fight Kelbesk. Because you have flight and you have a sword, and there's a fairly decent chance here, unless the walls are random, that's going to be our method of progression.
Now there is also, they could go into GBC Cave and go out the other exit, because that was a wind wall.
True.
So it looks like Tornel is on the same page as you, but Mashama might not be. This could be very interesting if he goes a different route. If he's going a different route. Tornel made quick work of the rabbit skip. There's just the 2 triggers to send you back out of Mount Saber North there. Just happen to have a gap between them the size of your character for, I guess they just don't know why. But it's good enough to get up there and make your way through it.
Yeah, it's a rather interesting kind of skip. You get double in there. We had the Hilton right next to the Motel 6. I mean, I guess competition is good in the world. We do want that for business. I'm okay with this.
It's a very popular ski resort with that slope.
Okay, so Mashama did go out the backside here, and that took us to Goa Field. So we're getting a little bit of information here. And that is a Zebu apprentice chilling in Goa. So that's half the puzzle to get the windmill guard to spawn. We do need to find the Leaf Elder still. Statue glitch being on is rather unsurprising. It's not a tremendous amount of times that it's off, because from a logical standpoint, it does open up a considerable amount of the game, just having that there. And Kelbesk is not vulnerable to wind, which means the Goa play is going to be the correct one. And a pyramid!
With light, Mashama knows that pyramid's pretty stacked, and you always have to do it, because Dragon 1 is in there, and he's a required boss. So, just an easy boss to shred with any level of sword. You might as well get him out of the way as soon as you can.
Yep, 3 items. We got coming out of the Goa area, which means that the pyramid's going to be holding on to another location. Which is open to them at this point, because they have both access to that region as well as flight.
That's another thing we're not aware of right now, but because of the entrances are randomized, we don't know where the entrances to Goa are going to be.
Well, the back door is always going to be in the back door. It's the front door that we don't know where it's going to be.
And the front door in particular contains the Chiron Massacre trigger, which is also required to beat the game. So we always have that hunt to find the entrance of Chiron, or the entrance to Goa. We always have those different hunts. So
yeah. Now the most interesting thing here is that one of these locations that are considered castles is going to be on Evil Spirit Island. If that happens to be the front side of Goa, you could actually go all the way through Goa and come out the back side and never need the dolphin at all. And the dolphin is a pretty important thing normally.
You know, one thing I'm just noticing here, besides the fact that this flail guy is giving Mashama a headache, is Mashama stopped and purchased those. I think he got just the very basic leather armor and carapace shield, which is it's a difference. Tornel is just gunning it through the game without taking any chances on having to stop and buy things, but Mashama's playing it really cautiously here.
It's 1 defense for each. It's probably already mostly outlived its usefulness. That bar in Chiron there is the Kensu bar. And we have a vanilla Zebu chilling in there with a consumable. So we know Mato's going to be in Chiron.
I just love the irony of having the random entrance of all the Dragon soldiers standing in Chiron's bar. Like,
right? Don't worry about us. We're just chilling.
The people of Chiron just weren't expecting what happened next.
So, when we see what the walls here on Hydra are, there's a very, very high chance vanilla walls are on. I'm not 100% guaranteed at this point, but based on everything else I've seen, it's pretty fair to say that vanilla walls are probably on.
Yeah, we've been through so many walls now, and nothing special. It's probably vanilla.
Yeah, having seen the ice walls there on Saber North, and you know, if Hydra here has rock walls, I'm gonna say they're standard walls.
Which I think Machama's just assuming it's vanilla walls at this point, so might as well charge it down, you know?
It is. Tornel making his way into Shiren, gonna find the bar and gonna get his consumable, maybe, from Zebu. Meanwhile, Goes and Ledge here. Let's hope it's a mimic. Come on, Goes and Ledge. Deliver to us the mimic we're looking for. That is not a mimic.
Well, the seed's disappointed already.
Yeah, what is this? I'm gonna have to get Gozen on the line here and ask him what he's doing. Tornel discovering by talking to Stom there what he already knew, that the statue glitch is off. Unless maybe he just wanted to high-five Stom on the way out. I mean, considering he is Tornel after all.
Mashama's still a little ahead here. The main difference in their time right now is Mashama took the time, or Mashama just bailed out of Windmill Cave after that horrible death. He went back in, grabbed his sword, grabbed his Carissa plant, and bailed. I think he realized, like, look, Tornel would have beat this already, and if there's anything good here, I've lost. But I can make the risk that there's nothing good there. And it seemed to pay off. There's nothing good there, and now he's ahead. As long as he never has to go back to Windmill Cave, then, you know, he realized he's made a winning play.
He does not have the information that Tornel does, that the Wind Sword does not kill Kelbesk, or that the walls on Saber North were ice. So he's under the assumption that this is, you know, base walls, but no guarantee. And there's a lot of mimics here, and everywhere except Goes and Ledge.
And Vanilla Boa Sun has an opal statue. All right.
Oh, all right. I accept. Okay,
now
so
let's
we're gonna.
see.
My guess is we're getting a Sahara play here.
Yeah. I was wondering where he was going.
He was going to go and buy a pair of warp boots there in the pyramid.
Yeah. It's like, that's the pyramid, Mashama. I thought he was thinking, like, I'm going to charge down Goa, but that is not Goa.
He's going to break that thunder wall. One of the things that I would like to see more racers do is learn to time their swings to push enemies. You know, like, there are a number of enemies in this game that are slow, and you can just, if you're at normal walking speed, just tap your sword at a certain rhythm, and it's really, you know, easy to push them. Hi, Bert, you weren't there last time. I'm not sure why Tornel's walking out of here. Did he not check Goes and Ledge? I didn't see. That was a sword. I didn't see which one. So Sahara had the Leaf Elder, which is the second half of the puzzle. Yeah, Sword of Fire, it sounds like.
Sword of Fire is a great pickup so far. Let's see what's in the front of Pyramid. There we go. That's the entrance to, I believe this is the entrance to,
yeah, that's the front of
Fortress,
Goa.
right?
Yes, that is the front of Goa. So Mashama is going to turn in this Carissa plant.
Oh, and I bet now he's going to go into the back of Windmill Cave next?
Yep. That's what I would expect. He's going to make that play at this point. And now that he has the Fire Sword, he actually doesn't know it, but he's got all of Cornell Plains available. That means both Saber North and South. There's a lot of items there.
Yeah, this is feeling like a really strong play to make at this point.
But he just wants to make sure he didn't leave anything out. Because, you know, there were still this item here. He knows there was nothing in the other chest. It's just a matter of whether or not the vampire here is holding on to anything. So Tornel must have picked up his Sword of Fire.
Now he's going to go find the entrance to Goa himself. Since it's vanilla walls, he's probably not going to bother to check. But on the
He could trigger Mado.
0.0% chance. That's true.
Yeah, he's just going to trigger Mado and then bail.
Seems like he does not like the people of Chiron.
Oh, he doesn't have...
He doesn't have Thunder
He doesn't
Sword.
have Thunder, so he's thinking that there's a chance that this may be not vanilla, but nope. Okay, so he's going to do Saber North. An interesting deviation from Mashama here, who's currently checking the Tornado Bracelet Cave.
Yeah, it's possible that Kelbesk is weak to fire as well, which would let them use that key, so...
Yep.
Right,
yeah, and until we find change, this is looking to be our form of progression here. And there's a lot of ice golems in here. That's a paralysis spell.
Oh,
you know, it's
so
great.
many golems.
Saber North has the same ones.
Oh, they're just too tanky. You can't kill them, and they hurt.
Womp womp. That's a Frutal Lime. So the these things are, yes, they're very tanky. You're not going to kill them, but they're on what we like to call the do not kill list. There is a handful of enemies in the game that have a ridiculous level of defense to them, and even at really high levels, they're just not worth ever killing. So they're on the do not kill list, and ice golems are right near the top of that list alongside warlocks, and they're big, and they're in the way, and they're everywhere. So good times.
Mashama did get poisoned, so he's playing the please stone me game right now. The beholder is not obeying.
That's a ball of wind there in the middle chest on Saber North. Oops, that's not the right one. We gotta put the ball over there.
This is not what he wants. Mashama.
No. All right, he got it.
Oh, I thought he was gonna get pain stunned by the statue.
If the spider had shot him and paralyzed him, that would have been even better. All right, so Tornel's going to check the top spot here, and then we're going to have a quick check on Kelbesk and see if he's fire vulnerable. If not, then it's off to Saber South, I would guess. Magic Ring in the first chest on Saber South.
Yeah, there's not a lot there. You got Paralysis and a Magic Ring so far. I think that just leaves two more. Sword of Thunder!
A Sword of Chunker
No
for
way.
Tornel. And it took him to Swan. You know what's great is that there's also that free item in the basement as well as ocean access.
Yeah, that takes you to Portoa. That takes you to Portoa.
I believe it also takes you to Portoa, but it does take you to Joel as well.
You know, speaking of Portoa, Mashama is getting poisoned again. So
well, I think he's got one more herb, but he doesn't have a lot of time.
I think he
actually
he had to burn his opal.
That's okay. You know, it's pointed out in chat that it's not actually going to take us to Portoa. It's going to take us to Portoa Castle, which is correct. It'll take us to the waterway, which will get us into the castle. The castle has 2 checks within it for houses. There is a 1 in 6 chance that it will take us to Portoa. Could take us to Stixie, could take us to ESI, and I think those are the only ones we haven't seen yet. So we have Portoa Castle, Stixie, and ESI. So there are 3 locations at this point that it could still be.
Yeah. Yeah, it could get you to Zombie Town, but you have to go through the entire, the whole dolphin ordeal to get into Zombie Town in this case. But because of the flag set, it's possible that the entrance to Sabera's castle is elsewhere, which means that it's really, not strictly required. So...
Okay, so our lighthouse is on the beach hut, and that's some knowledge that Tornel's now got. We're going to check the waterway here. Currently, you can fly to pick up the item here in the waterway, But in the next version, you will not be able to. You'll be required to get this sword of water out of the bottom of the ocean with a dolphin.
That's our final sword, then.
Yep. So Mashama, who was looking pretty good with the choices he made early, it's kind of flipped around here, and Tornel's really made a lot of progress.
Yeah, Saber South just gave Mashama a bad time. Not worth it.
Glowing Lamp deals pendant. That's infinite mana. Why would you not equip that?
Oh, there it is. Welcome, Raiders from Speed Gaming. Welcome to the finals for the Crystalis Randomizer tournament. It's a best-of-3 set between Mashama and Tornel.
So, big knowledge there. This is ESI that he comes out of. Secondly, he found the dance studio for the second part of the Kensu quest. And now he's going to get to loot all of ESI. There are a grand total of 4 checks here. So this is going to be a big winner. No dolphin required this seed. None. This means the shell flute
huge.
is a bunk item.
I think Tornel's just pausing to gather his bearings for a second, maybe writing down that he found the dance studio. Because that's just one of those things where I think it was Tornel himself, right, that ran around in a seed for, I can't remember how long, trying to find he had to check every house for Kensu.
I don't know, that sounds like something I did too.
Oh, that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, it might have been me. I'm not gonna lie, it probably was me. Mashama picks up his ball of wind. He's starting to tread a little ground that Tornel's already been on, making a bit of a comeback here. Or not really a comeback, but just crossing over those areas and, you know, getting that additional knowledge. Tornel's going to check the last 2 items here, and we're going to see where he wants to go from there.
Yeah, Tornel has a commanding lead at the moment because of just how much of a bust South Saber was. It's not anything that's like insurmountable by any means, but it's definitely a lead for now.
So with a Psycho Armor being found there, Tornel's going to go after Kelbesk, whom he knows he can kill. Now, it's also going to give him access to the Portoa region once he does it, because they do have that prison key they got right at the beginning of the game.
Mashama and Tornel ending up on the same map for a couple seconds. Gonna say, give a quick high five, and time to fight, Tornel says.
That's fire.
Fire. So it's possible if Mashama grabs the Thunder Sword and resets out and comes back and fights Kelbesk instead, then he could win it. But I don't think he will.
So Tornel immediately getting linebackered. Now, he still has his Opal. He did not have to pop it. So he'd like to if he can not, but Kelbesk is doing his best Kelbesk. General Kielbasa here. Meanwhile, Mashama's over there in Swan now. Got his item out of the basement and getting a little bit of information. Finding Stom in the hut, which means he can start that process for getting the item to Kensu.
And Mashama
have the turn in.
does have paralysis. No. Did he reset out after getting paralysis?
No, I don't think so. We'll check his menu in a bit.
Yeah, I remember watching him reset after the checks in... I saw him reset after South Saber to get his difficulty level back lower, so he didn't have all that scaling.
Well, now he might be going, crap, I need to go back for that paralysis. Mashama discovering that the... a Psycho Shield from Kelbesk. But Mashama finding out that the shed on ESI is the vanilla ESI shed. So therefore, once he gets the eyeglasses that Tornel has, he's going to have access to that lighthouse. And there's a high chance that that lighthouse is Stom at this point.
All right.
Might be guaranteed.
I just confirmed that Mashama did reset after getting paralysis. So he doesn't have it. At least he has the knowledge, you know?
So, yep, a quick ball of water there coming from the backside of in the paralysis location there after Kelbesk. And Tornel's going to check the town out here, discovering that Stom is in Portoa, which means that the lighthouse contains the boat owner, we may never see anybody go there. There's a very low chance that that is going to contain an item and that that item is going to be important, but probably not.
Yeah, Stom enjoying his new vacation beach hut there.
Yeah.
Much
Meanwhile,
better than his property in Chiron.
The town of Portoa has gotten a new dictator. In Sabera herself has taken over Portoa.
Looking a little rough for Tornel. I feel like his level's just like on the lower side. It's not the lowest it could be, but it's, you know, these fights aren't coming for free.
Well, he is higher level than m4sh4m4 is, but he does have a few more scaling. I mean, granted, some of these enemies are kind of obnoxious in where they're at, too.
Yeah, it's not making it easy.
I mean, he took a blast in the face from a pollen pod that was, you know, a quarter inch out of the length of his sword.
Oh, butterflies out of nowhere. Almost sniping m4sh4m4.
Yeah. Came in with a big old hey, and then just didn't go the little extra it needed to kill him.
Quick work of Vampire 2 here. That's out of the way. I forgot, did Tornel already beat Dragon 1? I know he did Kelbesk 1, right?
Yes, he did.
So I got that mark now. I'm not sure if he did Dragon 1. I'm pretty sure he did, though.
He did.
Okay. Let me get that mark, too.
And so he's going to be doing Sabera 1 here in just a moment. We'll be seeing that kill here shortly. Shield ring, that's kind of blah. Although he's going to use it because he, thinking about it, he doesn't have any good way to deal with Sabera's damage output. I mean, yes, he's holding a Psycho Shield, but no barrier, no refresh, no statues. Shaman deciding where he wants to go. He's not, hasn't made up his mind. He's going to go back to Goa. And Thunder is going to be today's weakness for Sabera, and that's a level 1 sword again. Third boss now, fought with a level 1 sword.
Slow grind. At least Sabera 1 is not near as painful to stab to death.
Yeah,
Sabera
she doesn't have the
2
little
gets
fire
orbs.
shield.
Yeah.
Well, Sabera 2's fire shield as well as her speed are the things that make her tough to stab. But Sabera 1 here, Tornel's just like crushing her. He didn't even care. Ivory statue. Find out who wants that in a bit.
This could be one of those seeds where Kensu totally has nothing. It could be one of those seeds where Kensu totally has nothing. Wink, wink. We've got a lot set up for Kensu here already. You know, we've seen paralysis. We've seen, you know, the ivory statue. But we don't know what turn-ins he needs. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just saying the wrong things here. I forgot it's random turn-ins.
It's potential. I mean, they do have a love pendant. They do have an ivory statue. They do have a fog lamp. So there are 3 options. Well, at least some of them have it. What did Clark give? I didn't see it. Was that
medical herb? Clark's been doing something in that basement. He's sharing their herb.
It was right next door. He left the basement, went into the shed. Bro, where are you? Oh, okay, that's news. Okay, so he's looking for a statue. Even if it is the ivory statue, there's a good chance that what statue that is means Vanilla Dolphin Interactions is on. Which means the boat owner isn't going to have anything if they can find, if they find that this ivory statue is what he's looking for.
Echinople burned for m4sh4m4, unless that was the same one and he managed to reload, but that's looking painful.
That might have been why he reset, because he burned it on Saber South.
That's what it was, yeah.
So m4sh4m4 going to make his way into Portoa. Tornel's going to go and check Rage.
Kelbesk 1, Sabera 1, and that was a Orb of Thunder.
m4sh4m4 didn't get that water sword yet, has he? I don't think so.
I didn't see it. I don't remember where it was either.
I don't know. He'll open his menu here in a second. Maybe he does have it, but he does have the ball of water. We're now checking the Carissa plant cave. I'm going to mark it as he has it. Because I think, if I remember correctly, it was somewhere on the beaten path. I'm pretty sure he's got it.
Oh, that's right. It was in Waterway.
Oh,
First bow of the
right.
night. Tornel picking
Yeah,
up
he's
the bow of
definitely got
sun.
it. Very good.
Now we got Tornel charging through Fog Lamp Cave over here. Mashamo just gonna do the smart play, take out the bosses. You always gotta kill the bosses, so...
Tornel went to the Carissa plant cave.
Oh, that's right. I just
And that's where
saw
Warp Boots.
Cave and my brain shut down, so...
Foglamp Cave is great until you're playing with random maps on. Then
I believe
Foglamp
it.
Cave is a bit of a problem. And then if you really want to throw yourself for a loop, add in Blackout.
Oh, never, never, never. So does... Okay, Tornel double checking the waterway there just in case, but... Oh, that's right, he did answering machine, so now he can go and talk to the Asina here.
Recover
Finds
at the
out.
barrier spot.
Nothing useful's there.
Thanks for the healing. Here's some healing.
The good old dolphin that knows magically how to heal itself refuses to heal itself. Does not elaborate.
He was at an MP and doesn't know how to reset to get the pity MP.
Leaves.
And we know he doesn't carry a sword. So Tornel's going to go into the front door of Goa at this point, triggering both Mado and finding out what boss is there. Are we going to have a vanilla Goa, or is it going to be shuffled?
Yeah, do you think he's gonna run back and do Mado 1 first, or is he going to try to charge down Kelbesk area?
No,
I guess...
the guys inside of Goa are much more dangerous. You would much rather take them on with a lower scaling. No question. You know, because if he goes to Mado 1 right now... Oh, hey, look, speaking of Mado. Mado's area with robots in it.
Oh, this is going to be real fun for him.
But yeah, you definitely want... Because there's so many checks that are here. Anytime that you delay this, you're only making it harder on yourself. And, you know, here we go. We're going to have Mado 2 first. And no bracelets of any kind. No power items. No rabbit boots, warrior ring, or power ring. Mado 2 is going to be a problem.
We're all just waiting for Mado 2 to be Fire Sword, you know?
Right?
You know, I don't know if Tornel would pour it out, or would he give Mado 2 level 1 Fire Sword, no warrior ring, you know? Like, would he give it a genuine attempt? I think
he'd give it the good old college try one time and then bail.
You know, I can respect that.
I mean, he does have an opal.
Refresh.
Yeah, and an opal.
So he should be good, right? He's got 2 opals, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you'd prefer not to burn them both on Mado 2 as long as Sabera 2 is still out there. But if you can get rid of Mado 2 with a level 1 Fire Sword now, if that's what it is, you might be inclined to burn the opals and just do it. See, the way I look at it is, if you're not going to use an opal statue as, you know, a tool that's going to get you, you know, like extra resources to use, and you're just going to save them just in case, you're likely to never use them. So you may as well use them offensively and just, you know, go for it.
of all the enemies that could be here right now, were tigers. This is the perfect enemy to just stab twice and get all that juicy experience.
Right, at 300 a pop, he would be smart to go back in and clear it again. Not even kidding.
I thought that's what he was going straight to do, but...
Okay.
Not thunder, it's wind. It could be worse.
She's just going to go for it. This is
with all his armor...
Mashama making his way into the crease plant. Gonna find his bow of sun here shortly.
Yeah, get that first bow.
Yep.
It's a good start.
Mado is actually being really kind.
Quick work of Mado. This man is the ender of runs.
Yeah, he totally avoided him. He's like, I'm gonna go over in this corner. He's looking a little mean. Rabbit boots. Very nice for combat at this point. Absolutely, absolute equip right away. No doubt in my mind. Oh, it was moon. It wasn't sun. You said it was sun earlier. Perfect. It's both moon for both of them. No, we're good. Just want to make sure the tracker's correct, because when you had said moon or sun, I changed it, but that was my bad. All right, so we got flail guys here. Lots of easy experience. These guys are in the upper middle of the experience pool. 700 a pop at this point. That's a lot of experience. So, Tornel not seeing the puddle there. But the wyverns are weak to thunder, but the plants are not. So you got to switch your sword up if you want to kill all these guys.
For anyone who's familiar with the vanilla game, you know that switching your sword can be painful, but we do have a quick swap. You probably hear the menu click occasionally. That's the runners quick swapping between the swords. So,
oh, a truth.
This Goa play really paying off for Tornel.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's also consumable city. He's found 2 antidotes, a lysis plant, and I think a fruit of repin. So it hasn't been amazing. Change. Possible progression, probably not. Oh, well, there's Tornado Bracelet.
Tornado Bracelet. We did see earlier on the guy that needs the bracelet normally. I can't remember his name right now. Tornel. That's right. Tornel needs Flame Bracelet, so we do have a bracelet, but it's not the one we're looking for.
Alright, so Carmine here. Weak to the Tornado Bracelet we just picked up.
Oh, it's making quick work of him.
Yeah, he's balanced around only having a level 2 sword, because that's what normally is required in the base game. And, therefore, Carmine goes down really easily if you have a bracelet. Almost embarrassingly so. We might need to buff him. He's a little weak. He's supposed to be the strongest of all 4 of the generals, and yet he's absolutely the weakest. No question. He sucks. Love Pendant, which we have.
French Vanilla.
Ooh! Can go get that recover spell that nobody cares about.
Yeah, I couldn't see them ever going back to get recover at this point. It's just so far out of the way, and...
Okay, so picking up the barrier spell is going to make Sabera 2 a little easier from the standpoint of defense, but let's find out what she's weak to.
Well, see you next year.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to go over to Mashama here and just stare for a little bit while he's going through the fog lamp cave. I didn't see what was in the first couple of checks. I was watching Tornel. We'll have to check his inventory here in a moment, see if he gets anything really good. But, yeah, Tornel's going to be here for a minute and a half or 10. So we'll just focus the other way for a moment. Sabera has a redonkulous base defense, and so she would be on the do not kill list if it weren't for the fact that she was a boss.
Yeah, this is it's a joke of a fight when you have a level 1 sword. It's just so telepathy and telepathy in the back of the
Ooh.
cave.
He got teleport in here too. So he has the teleport spell I saw. So Mashama picked up teleport and telepathy. And that's actually quite nice. Because teleport and telepathy means that he doesn't need warp boots anymore. And once he picks up that change spell, it's going to give him access to a lot. Why did you buy that bronze armor, sir?
Maybe the market for bronze armor is about to spike and he's planning on flipping it.
Yeah. Maybe. I like how Asina had the foresight to know that the dolphin around the corner was choking and you needed to give her a medical herb. So she gave you one to take care of the problem for her because she didn't want to see it.
Tornel has been on this boss for a solid 2 minutes already and getting close to the halfway mark.
Don't worry, guys. We'll get there someday.
I said this was the play earlier. I might be taking that back now.
Oh no, this is definitely the play. Look at this. This is what you call extreme gameplay. Pro moves, 2 damage at a time.
Truly exhilarating.
Alright, so let's think about this for a minute here, okay? The sword has a base damage of 2. The projectile has a base damage of 2. That's 4 damage. You have level 9, which adds another 9 damage. So that's 13 damage, which means Sabera, at this scaling, has 11 armor. 11! It's ridiculous.
You know, it'd be worse if he didn't have those rabbit boots. Now at least he can dodge while charging.
I'll be honest, I'd probably have Dio's pendant equipped here so that I would get the mana back because it's only level 1 charge. It doesn't take that long. I would prefer myself to just ditch the rabbit boots and put on Dio's pendant.
Now entering minute 4. Minute 4.
Mashama's checking out the Oasis Cave. He's opted to go in the backside of Goa. A bow of sun. Okay, now here's the question. Do you make the crypt dive? He doesn't know truths in Goa, but Mashama's not really a diver. He definitely plays the, the crypt is never going to have anything game up until the crypt has something. That's kind of been his MO.
Yeah, with Goa not been touched at all, I don't think he's going to dive it. Like, he hasn't touched Goa. He doesn't know of the abomination that lies ahead with the Sabera fight with level 1 fire. So, like, he probably thinks, like, I'm going to be entering Goa here. I'm going to get some good stuff, and then, like, that's the seed, you know? And that's third Goa in here as well.
Here's the thing. There's actually a non-zero chance that Mashama is going to find on Kelbask either a ball of fire, or this chest across the river might have a ball of fire. Alarm flute, there's a couple more
alarm flute.
But there's also... So the way that the Goa worked out is that after you kill Kelbask, you're going to go into Sabera's area. You're not going to go directly to Sabera like he did after killing Carmine. So he's actually going to get the 3 items in that area. Which means, like I said, there is a non-zero chance he's going to get a ball or bracelet or both on the way to fighting the Sabera 2. And he could take this 8-minute fight.
You know, I think Tornel's going to have something to say about this fight afterwards. Now, he hasn't been close to dying or anything, though, so...
Well, he's regened about 600 HP at this point.
I'm so glad we have the HP bar there, though, so we can just...
Right? Okay,
there it is.
Down goes Sabera.
New PB for Tornel.
Okay. So, Mashama's opted to go in the front of Goa. I'm so sorry!
Unless it's just to kill Chiron and then he warps.
Nope.
No.
Now, the
He's
thing
not
is,
brave enough.
There are good items here. Mado's not a terrible fight. Carmine's area had a bunch of stuff. He may just bail at the end of, seeing what Sabera's holding on to with just a level 1 sword. And he's lower level than Tornel is. And he's actually going to have higher scaling. Because based on the items that they're going to find on the way there, he's probably going to be, I think, at 35 scaling when he gets there. Yikes.
Yeah, it's even worse. And I'm not sure he's going to want to bail just because he's going to get there and realize like he's going to have the walk of shame all the way through the front of Kelbesk's area if he goes in through the front.
He's going to have to do it from the back.
Well, because if he goes through Sabera's, doesn't it take him behind to the end of Kelbesk's area, or is it the other way?
Possible either way. We don't know yet. We haven't seen the back side.
That's true. Yeah, if we don't know which way it is, like, maybe it is better to just go in the back door, kill Kelbesk, and then warp out, Yeah,
I don't know. It kind of really is going to depend on where, if you bank on finding one of the, if you bank on finding the ball or bracelet, that could be very dangerous. Could not pay off at all. They could be in East BFE and West BFE at the same time.
There's the sword fight on Kelbesk.
So right off the bat, we could see Kelbesk has much lower defense than Sabera does. So Kelbesk's going to go down pretty quick, but just doesn't that beat all? So yes, if you come in from the backside, you do have to do the full walk of Kelby's area. Oh! However, boy,
that would have been nice.
Tornel, what he would give at this point to have had that before that Sabera fight.
So here comes the long walk. He's going to have to walk here and then walk up the long stairs, walk across the long puddle. I started timing. He started walking here at 50-50. So let's see how long this walk takes for him.
It's about a 45-second walk.
Yeah, but then he's got the stairs to go up, and then he's got the then he's got to jump across the pool. Like, I don't know. At this point, I would have just poured it out. Wait, he doesn't have teleport.
Oasis. He does not have teleport. That was in the Fogland cave. And he has not yet been to Oasis Cave, so this is all new ground to tread for him. Although his lead at this point is pretty extreme. It's not like it's relatively close. Right now, it's a big lead for Tornel.
Yeah, with all the bosses down except Mado 1. Yeah.
Pretty rough.
And he's just missing that last bow, which was in Oasis, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure he's about to grab the last bow, hit go mode, and just crush the tower. Like, after he kills Mado, crushes the tower, and that's GG.
Yeah, this one's going to be over about 105, I would guess. However, maybe not.
Crazy race, though.
Maybe not, because we have no power ring, and we're dealing with a tornado bracelet here for the tower. They do have a warrior ring, but still, it's less than stellar. Less than ideal.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the bow.
I don't know what he's looking for then.
Power ring.
Yeah, that's
my
true.
Guess.
I guess if you're here, check Vanilla Power Ring spot. And
yeah,
all he's got is
not what you want. Tornel still checking to see if it's random walls. I'm not sure how he doesn't realize it yet, but he does not.
Now it's time to make the slow walk out. You don't have any warp boots. You don't have any teleport.
Yeah.
It's funny that that's probably the thing that Mashama got that's going to, like... It's not actually going to save him that much time, because unless telepathy is required to beat the seed, which it's not, Like, we've gotten everything, you know?
Yeah.
But
Shama should have picked up his Bow of Truth, right? That was in Mado's area, wasn't it? No, it was in...
It was right there in...
Carmine's area, so he's got
area. Go ahead and give that a mark. So both of them have all the bows. Mashama is going to have that fun 6-minute fight coming up in a second.
Assuming he does it. Tornel trying to debate on exactly what he wants to do. He wants to buy a pair of warp boots, or two, because he wants to be able to go to Sahara afterward. And he's going to warp to Chiron after hitting the inn, take out Mado, and you got to kiss this one goodbye.
It does have change, and Brokahana was pretty convenient, I think.
Brokahana was in
Leaf, right?
No, he's here, I thought. No, he was in Brokahana was in Brimare.
That's right.
He was in Brimare. He was early. Thunder for Mado. This will be pretty easy.
Probably just going to be a Warrior Ring finish for Tornel.
Yeah.
If Bashama had found Power Ring, I could see like that being, evidence enough for him to get ahead.
Okay, so we're going into the tower with about 37 total scaling. No, never mind. It's going to be 35 scaling. It's going to finish with 36, but the tower is going to be absolute max.
I wonder what he's thinking.
He's going to check. Okay, maybe Brokahana was here in Leaf.
Oh no, it was
Amazonist.
Here.
Yeah, the right house. There it is.
Yep.
He wants to check and see what it is. He can always reload if it's nothing.
Medical herb. Loaded.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Now,
Okay.
he's going to run down the final pyramid. Do you think he checks the 2 checks in here?
No,
And see if Power Ring's in there?
I don't. Because he has nowhere he can save. So if he picks up something stupid that's going to increase his scaling and make Dragon harder, he doesn't want to do that.
Fair.
Because
but
as you know, 36 will put him at the next 4 mark. Which means
true.
that will increase his power. Now, Mashama doing an extra point of damage a hit here because he does have an extra level over Tornel. Actually, he has an extra 2 levels, but Severa has gained a point of defense with the extra scaling.
That is a significant amount of damage increase when you look at the...
Yeah, you just count the number. See, the thing about it is that when you get to that point where you're very close to being able to do damage or not, it's like, the number of hits it takes is doubled or tripled, from where you would be otherwise. And so the drop is a huge divisor every time. That defense is just something that we are trying to figure out how to properly solve and still make it relevant, because just throwing this whole stat out the window is not necessarily something we're entirely on board with, but there's discussions as to how to actually fix it. So that will be in the future. Don't know exactly when, but we have to figure something out.
So it was roughly 150 hits for Tornel, and it's only 115 hits for Mashama. So
right,
it's
that's
definitely less.
It's like 2/3.
Think he's going to swap to Dio's pendant? No, he went to Shield Ring.
Okay.
Okay.
You could take less damage or you could take no damage. Whatever works. I mean, he's got a psycho armor, so...
Let's see. Tornel is checking the 2 chests in here, though.
Yeah, he's really, really, really hoping to get his hands on that,
Butterflies everywhere, though.
He's
Looks
really
like he's
hoping for a thunder bracelet, storm bracelet.
He's trying to get that level 12, but the enemies here are not consumables all day.
Good.
It just feels like Tower's going to be a nightmare for him.
6 XP he needs for the level. Look at the butterflies! There's like 10 of them!
No.
Dude, you need 6 XP. Please, just kill a butterfly. Just one. Just do it. I'm begging you. Right there. It's right there. He's done it. Pushama's still going through the marathon over here. Some bosses are sprints, and some bosses are marathons, and some you're trying to circumnavigate the globe on foot.
I just like, if we're ever going to see a tower death, I think this is the seed, because it's full scaling tower and they just don't have a lot of power.
Yeah, but I mean, with a warrior ring, a barrier, and a ball of, a bracelet of wind, they're just going to warrior the ring their way through it. It won't be that big of a deal. It won't be as fast, but it won't be that big of a deal.
But none of them have a lot of magic rings stockpiled. It was a very quick seed. Like, they got everything they needed, so...
They got every other consumable except the, Wow. They got every other consumable except magic rings. Okay, so you can see why the tornado bracelet kind of sucks here. You're doing 10 damage a hit with the tornado bracelet, but you're doing 5 damage a hit with the warrior ring, and the DPS is much higher. Just shoot him, please. That's what I know. If I'm sitting in a spot, I'd try that once and be like, "Wait, how much damage?" No, just warrior
decent
ring.
Dragon pattern at least. Not gonna take an hour on him.
Yeah, Gonzo. This one's not. This one's in the bag. Like I said, this is about a 105.
Mashama twiddling his thumbs as he's about to finish this. 2 more hits. Sabera doing their job to slow you down at every opportunity.
And you know what? The best part is, he's got Kelbesk with the same sword coming up.
Yep.
Now, interesting. Tornel using the Steve strats here, using the tornado bracelet to push himself through.
For those that don't know, in the randomizer, we've slowed down the attack speed of the tornado bracelet, which allows it to chain hits better. So in the vanilla game, those wind things just fly off the screen, and then nothing gets caught in them, and it does just nothing. So at least it's useful now.
Moderately.
Yeah. I mean, if you had any other, well, not water bracelet, you wouldn't run water bracelet. But
water in the tower is a good way to get yourself killed.
If you had any other useful bracelet, you would pick that instead.
Man, Tornel almost stepped in the door there, though. He was about a half a tile from stepping in the door, which would have reset his floor.
Would have been a hilarious time loss.
Yeah. The kind that really upsets you.
Tornel still has both opals still, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The question here is, you have a warrior ring. What are you doing? He could have pushed that one robot right down the stairs and had him out of his life. I don't know what he has equipped at this point. I'm not really sure. Oh, he's got the rabbit boots on. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
It's pretty good damage.
It'll do a little less to the white robots. They do have more defense. But even still, I mean, it's not that slow. But I think he's trying to conserve mana because he doesn't have many rings.
So, so much damage from that projectile.
Yeah, that's maximum scaling for you. And he's down on defense, you know.
Oof.
Well, actually he's not, because he is level 12, so he does have the same defense he would normally have.
And if he didn't have 2 opals, I would be on the edge of my seat. Like, he could very clearly tower death here, but...
Well, he has refresh.
But no, like, without any magic, you kind of want to save your magic ring for barriering on Dinah. So this is...
Gets his warrior ring. Kicks himself. But you know what? He probably isn't feeling that bad. He might not be feeling that bad.
For this flag set, this is a really fast time. And you know he's serious when he skips past dead Stom on the ground. Like,
yeah,
he said no time for memes.
Stom's over here in chat wondering why nobody's responding to him. I don't know either, Stom. I would talk to you. Like 7 times with my foot.
You gotta hear his last words. Which goes something like, he's already dead. He's already dead. He's already dead.
Dies. There
Well,
goes
there goes the first opal.
You know, then to add insult to injury, I'd go and let his rabbit know that he expired. Even though I couldn't understand the rabbit, I would still go let the rabbit know.
I'm not sure where Mashama's going right now.
He's going to get paralysis. But I don't know why.
Yeah, like, he's got everything. Wait, I thought paralysis was at,
Tornado bracelet spot. I don't know what he's going to get.
Yeah.
Tornel picking up Crystalis.
Someone in chat earlier tried to spoil that Crystalis existed.
Oh, how dare you?
Can't give out spoilers for this old game.
Tornel gonna finish right at the 105-ish mark. Nailed that one. I called that at like the 56-minute mark or something like that.
GG Tornel.
GG to Tornels. We're gonna see him in here in just a moment. And the big old dunzo for him.
It's a great run from Tornel. Had a little bit of goofy start, but after that it was so solid.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, sir. You've won the race today. Joining us in the booth here is our Victor Tornel and his 8-minute Sabera 1 fight. How you feeling?
Yeah, I thought after doing all that, I lost for sure. I can't believe I still won this.
Well, Mashama ended up doing the same thing, but I do think the best part of that whole entire thing is that right after you did both of those bosses with the level 1 sword, then you get your warrior ring.
I was so mad because I never go in the front, hardly ever. And the one time I do.
Imagine. Yeah, it would have taken your 8-minute fight and made it about a 3.5-minute fight. Mashama, meanwhile, he went looking for whatever Tornel was holding, but Tornel wanted the flame bracelet, not the tornado bracelet, so I don't know why he went back up the mountain.
It was
man. He's looking kind of desperate here. It's like he wants to find any kind of power item, but they were just non-existent. Rabbit boots and then the warrior ring. Power ring didn't happen. No bracelets except a tornado. It's been a bit of a rough seed from that perspective.
Yeah.
We thoroughly enjoyed watching both you and Mashama having the slowest Sabera fights in existence. Like,
I was doing 2 damage. I've done 1 damage before, okay?
There was no threat of you dying, but you just stood there and slowly tinked them away.
The thing about it is that Mashama did 3 damage a hit, and you did 2. So Mashama had, about 2/3 of the hits that you did. The other thing is, I know you loved that Beholder at the beginning of the game. I mean, Mummy's cousin coming for revenge.
I wanted to get rid of my poison, but I didn't mean to get rid of it that close to the Beholder, yeah.
Yeah, he got you. And then we were sitting there talking about it going, well, I'll have to see what he does here. He's pretty bam, bam, bam. Okay, there it went. Good night.
And the best part of that was there was nothing else worth getting there.
Nope. But you know what else is great? Is that right after you died, M4sh4m4m went into the vampire and got ping-ponged and killed by the vampire.
Oh no. Man, I just lucked out, it sounds like. Every time I messed up, he messed up. So.
Kind of. You know, and you made some plays that he didn't make, and he made some additional plays that got him some nice stuff, but nothing that mattered. For example, he did Fog Lamp Cave, which rewarded him with both telepathy and teleport, but telepathy led to nothing since, you know, he checked Dio and couldn't do anything there. And teleport, by the time that he got it, you guys were pretty much done with most of your exploration anyway. It was, you know, just kind of hit and go.
He's level 13 at least.
Yeah, he just got that a minute ago, killing some Medusas.
This is definitely one of those seeds that is, it's within the realm of possibilities. It's,
Yeah, this
do I
is
really
one of
want
those...
to do tower with what I have? Do I really want to do this? Like, okay, let's do it.
No,
Yeah,
I
Magic-
don't want to, but I'm doing it.
Magic and I were taking bets on whether or not you were gonna check the other items in the crypt. So
Yeah,
I didn't think so, but you did.
it was a waste of time.
Magic was saying like he's not gonna risk the scaling because that's gonna make D2 even tankier, and then, but like I was like, but what if there's power ring in the crypt? Like,
There's been a few times where I found power ring, and that made me check it. Really, that was the only thing that made me check it. But,
So, no flame bracelet, no storm bracelet, no power. In fact, no ball of fire. no power ring. Barrier was late. Warrior ring could have been early, but the choices made it late for both of you. This seed screamed sub-hour potential. Oh, M4sh4m4m, getting caught in the corner with lasers. It's bad for your health, as he found out.
yeah, getting Warrior Ring after Sabera 2 was just the icing on the cake.
oh, I cussed. If you could hear me, I yelled obscenities. Yeah.
The big F. And not press F to pay respects. Now here's another good one.
Ignoring Warrior Ring though.
This seed had 9,000 consumables, and 8,999 of them were not magic rings.
No, I have one ring going in.
Yeah, M4sh4m4m4 found a second one on Saber South, and I think that's all we saw in the whole seed. They were all either in Stixie or just on some random turn-ins on a couple of locations.
Oh yeah, we didn't find Stixie.
Yeah,
Yes, it
no
had to be in
required
Stixie,
dolphin.
right? Yeah.
Yep, yeah, no required dolphin. No one went to Oak. No one went to Insect. No one checked Stom at his hut. No one did the Love Pendant turn-in. No one did the Aurelius turn-in. You see how many spots you
Yeah.
didn't have to do?
I know those are all in my head, but then when I got the last bow, I was like, well,
I guess not.
I went ahead and checked Brokahana really quick just because. But
Oh yeah, that one also paid off in spades. Gotta love that one.
Yeah, I felt proud because I made the call like, oh, he's gonna go check Brokahana because Brokahana's in Leaf, but he was not in Leaf, but you still checked him, so.
yeah, he was in Joel, I think. Yeah.
Amazonas.
Oh, Amazon.
Jonas.
Okay. What was in Joel? Oh, Clark was Joel. That's right.
Clark was in Joel right next to the shed. 'Cause
Yeah, that's why I went
M4sh4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m4m checked it. Went in the basement, he's there. Walked next door, he's there.
I know. I thought that's interesting.
About
It's all over the place.
how about Dolphin having refresh today instead of a medical herb? Dolphin could have healed itself with refresh instead. You know, just.
And Asina was really nice and gave you a medical herb to heal the dolphin with.
Yep. And we got a statue of gold, but who wants recover?
It was, yeah. That's one of those that when you see that, you just go, yeah, I don't need that.
I have to say though, I really used Iron Necklace a lot today. Basically made me immune to Mado, so.
I have a real question for you. When you were fighting Sabera, you were using the rabbit boots the whole time. And then eventually, you ran out of mana. And you kept the rabbit boots equipped for level 1 charges. And never chose to put on the Dio's pendant. Any particular reason why?
I didn't really need magic, and I like to be able to move and charge.
Okay. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
argue your logic. I just wanted to know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, she hit me with lots of her mana draining things too. I was like, well,
We were just wondering because Mashama did the same thing. He just stuck with the rabbit boots. I think he switched to shield ring when he ran out of
Yes.
magic.
He switched to shield ring, and my exact comment was, well, you could take less damage, or you could take no damage. Whatever.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, you attack a little bit faster with boots on. That was my theory. At that point, I was like, I'm going to save every second I can. You know, because I've already wasted so much time, I guess. I don't know.
Every second of those glorious 8 minutes count.
I think it was, honestly, I think it was 8 minutes.
I purposely didn't look what time it was when I started because I didn't want to know.
I didn't want to know. I'm pretty sure, like, at the 4-minute mark, J-Ro goes, we're on to the 4th minute, and I'm looking at the time going, oh my god, when you finished, it was 4 minutes later. It's like, wow.
Yeah, that's not something I'll do again.
I was kind of surprised that you guys didn't go in there and go, 2 damage. Screw this. I'll go in the backside later.
I should have. I really
You know,
should have, because then I would have Warrior Ring.
Yeah.
This was probably the first moment in the tournament where I felt vindicated that we had the HP tracking at the bottom because, like, I loved watching the, just kind of I knew the feeling you were having when you saw that 2 damage on Sabera. I just knew that you were enjoying it.
Oh, well, I don't think he was enjoying it as much as we were.
Doubtful. I doubt, yeah. Well, I'm just lucky Mashama did it too, or that would have cost me probably the race, but...
Well, probably not, because even if he'd gone around the backside, he's still 10 minutes behind you here.
Yeah,
so,
I guess that's true.
you know, even if it had taken him 2 minutes for the fight and you 8, he's still 5 minutes behind you. So, yeah, it wouldn't have cost you the race, but it certainly would have narrowed the gap by a couple of minutes. He also was doing 3 damage a hit, so, you know, that would have gone even faster.
Yeah.
Shama coming up for the GG. There's nothing in his way at this point. The Dyna fight's a joke because he's got everything he needs to make it a piece of cake.
I can't wait until we get a full directional aiming to the point where we can make sure that those beams are going to hit you and you will no longer be protected by barrier.
That's going to be interesting.
You're going to have
Does
to kill
barrier
those
not block
turrets.
those beams?
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
It only
Stop.
blocks the pellets.
stop it. You're giving me evil ideas.
So Mashama has finished at the official time of a 1:16:28, matching his clock there. And we'll get him in here in a moment and ask him how he likes Sabera too.
GG's, GG's.
GG's to Mashama as he joins us in the call now. Sir, I have a question for you. Do you like your Saberas served up on a 6-minute clock or a 7-minute clock?
Oh. I mean, that was just unfortunate.
So, you know, you did 3 damage a hit to Sabera, and it took you probably actually about 5.5 minutes to down her. But
Right.
Tornel did 2 damage a hit to Sabera, and it took him 8 minutes to down her. So, you did the same thing where you both went through the front side, killed Sabera and Kelbesk, and then found the warrior ring, and probably both went, beep!
I mean, I still didn't find any upgrades for it, so I don't really care. That was just how it happened.
Okay, no ball or bracelet for flame, no storm bracelet, no power ring, no speed boots. This seed had basically no magic rings to it. It was rather interesting. It gave you all the stuff you needed to complete the game, but didn't give you any of the peripheral things around it. At least not until you didn't really need them anymore.
I mean, I did way too many extra checks because I was looking for those. It was a jet seed. I should have just gone straight through it with level 1 swords and just beat it with level 1 swords.
Yeah, I'd say the one that probably cost you the most amount of time was doing Fog Lamp Cave, which on one hand felt nice because you got telepathy and teleport, but there was nothing that you needed those for in this one, unfortunately, because by the time that you got there, you'd already traveled the length and breadth of the world, and you only needed to warp about 2 more total times. So this teleport didn't help, and telepathy didn't do anything because the only check that actually was anything was when you checked Dio, and Dio was holding onto a consumable. Yay!
Right, but at that point, I had 1 bow, so, like, it very much felt like it was going to come down to a bow hunt. I had already grabbed the bow from Carissa, so I knew the hint was going to be utterly worthless.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever, let's just do Fog Lamp real quick.
Yeah, and, you did do Carissa get the first bow, then you were the first one into Oasis Cave to get the second bow, and then the third bow was on the beaten path at that point, which, again, unbeknownst to you, but that's just how it ended up working out today.
Yep.
This is the kind of seed where you sit back at the end of it and you look back and you go, I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have done this. But in the heat of the moment, you got randoed. Because, you didn't make necessarily terrible plays with the information that you had. They just didn't pan out.
Nah, I don't regret any of it.
No,
that's
absolutely.
pretty much the way it was. It just randomized the way it was. Like, it was a straight line, and there's no way I could know it was a straight line. There was no way I could know it was never going to be a bow hunt. And I would just boss rush the whole way.
Yeah, the only one that was kind of off the beaten path was the Carissa plant. Everything else was right there. Bam. Come and get me.
Yeah, probably the only, like, besides the logic checks and things like that, both of you actually took a death in the vanilla or the windmill cave at the start of the game, which was kind of funny for our end because Tornel got poisoned, and so he got stoned to try to get rid of the poison, and then the eye just plowed him over and just, like, ran straight at him, just ran him down.
Totally did.
It's weird because they usually don't do that, but man, he wanted me.
I had nearly the exact same situation, but it was in Saber West because I got poisoned, was waiting for an eye to stone me, and he just wouldn't do it. He just would not
stone you.
I burned 2 medical herbs waiting for it to do it before I finally got it to stone me.
And then you ended up resetting out of Saber West because there's nothing there,
You burned an opal on a warlock, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's why there was nothing there except for 2 magic rings, so that's why I just hit the reset.
Paralysis.
And paralysis.
Was there too.
Yeah. I just kept that in my mind in case it was critical. I knew where it was. But I'd burned too many supplies, it was better just to reset out.
We did find all the items necessary to make that check, but just didn't make the check. It wasn't necessary.
Well, I'm not even sure on that because it was randomized turn-ins, so I don't know what he wanted.
You know what I want to do for the next tournament to make this stuff kind of fun? I'm going to see if I can get either, J-Ro or, Steve or somebody to make us a commentator's, ability to get the spoiler log so that when a race like this is over and it's like, oh, where were the speed boots? Oh, they were here. And have a way for us to be able to get a hold of that. Because that could make this a lot of fun.
A one-time file output that goes to just the generator.
Yeah, and just figure out a better way to do it. Like, if the permalink doesn't display it, but, the generator does, so that, we can deal with it that way. I got to figure something out. But I think that would make a lot of fun because, again, there's so many items in the seed that you just go, man, it would have been great to know where the ball and bracelet of flame were. Where was the storm bracelet? Where were the speed boots? Where was the power ring? And we just kind of have to sit here and guess because there were 23 locations that didn't get checked.
Dixie.
Stixie, Arillis, Kensu, the other Kensu. No one checked the windmill guard. Nobody checked any of Oak. No giant insect. What else didn't get checked? Waterfall Cave didn't get checked. No Stone Dakahana. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. So yes, there was many, many locations where things could have been, and we just left guessing. And I think that would be something fun for the next tournament if we could get something like that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I did some light memeing. Did anybody catch that?
If you did, I either missed it or didn't pick up on it. What did we do?
I went and pawned off the Fruit of Lime and jumped outside the building.
Oh, was that? You know what? You walked in there and sold it, and I just thought, maybe he needed 10 gold for something. It didn't strike me as that.
That wasn't like super memeing or anything. But for me, that was, a lot.
I called out Mishama didn't even talk to Stom today. Like, he was in focus mode. Like, and maybe that's what happened. He didn't have the meme mindset. So, like, the memes power him up.
Tomorrow's race, which is at the same time as the race tonight, could be Meme City. We could have Meme Shama here coming in, and with a big slam dunk, 54-minute victory.
I have yet to get under an hour.
Hey, look, it's not easy to do. You kind of have to get, just stumble onto everything as you route yourself normally, and you got to take some real ballsy kind of plays to make those kinds of seats happen. But they feel good when they do, let me tell you. I think in the actual tournament, I think we only have 1 sub-hour time, and when we were doing all the practice, we had 3. 1 from myself, 1 from Tornel, and I believe 1 from Axe, as I recall. Because I think if I go look at the leaderboard, the 3 of us are the only ones with sub-hours.
Oh, I did have one moment that I want to know if you guys got. Did you guys see the spider that just repeatedly juked me? I finally gave up and walked off from him.
The one in Saber South?
Something like that. He just started dancing back and forth, and I couldn't hit him. I spent a good little while trying to kill him, and then I just gave up because the dude just kept juking me.
So, a bit of a hitbox advice for that. The hitbox itself is directly over the circular body, so the legs actually extend up higher than where it is, so you want to aim directly for the eyeball. That's the spot you need to aim. And your sword, remember, extends up, so it's the hitbox starts at the bottom of the blade and goes up to the top of your head. It's actually, I think it's a 4x4 square, 4 pixels by 4 pixels. And so, yeah, that's what your hitbox on your sword is. It's higher than where it shows on the sword. So you want to aim, like if you're under the spider, aim yourself right for the eye. That's the way to do it. Though they're dancy jerks, but, they're not quite Medusas or Beholders.
Medusas are fine. They're just giant, fat sacks of experience.
Oh yeah. How about that Saber North with 17 ice golems in that first hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Tornel was running through Saber North, Ice Golem City. Misham was running through Saber South, Ice Golem City.
Yeah, because the Tornado Bracelet Cave had the ice golems in it too. It was good. All right, so at this point, GG's to both of you. We do have a potential elimination match tomorrow here with the grand finals ending if Tornel pulls it out. If not, we got a game 3 on the way. So we'll find out if and when that's going to come. We'll keep everybody posted. But for now, we got one more match tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern. And unfortunately, I, despite wanting to, cannot make the comms because I probably won't be home from work yet. But we are going to have Code Gorilla and whomever's able to join him tomorrow night. And our runners here will be putting on another display of Crystalis Majesty. And if anybody has nothing else, we'll sign this one off.
GG's, Mishama.
GG's.
GG's. Good luck, everyone. And have a great night.
Yep, thanks again, Speed Gaming, for hosting the tournament and keeping us all, pleased. And hopefully everybody's having as good of a time with the tournament as we are. And we'll see everybody tomorrow night. Have a good one.